Rockets. It's the last week of school. It's the last week of the Rockets class 2020-2021, and it's the last week of pre-K 4 for many of you. Next time we come back to school, it will look a little different. We'll be back in our school building. You might have a new teacher. You'll have new friends in your class. And you'll have new things that you need to learn. When we start learning something new, we might not be good at it right away. Sometimes that can make us feel upset or frustrated, angry, or really sad. But if we keep practicing and we don't give up, eventually we'll get really good at it. We're going to read a book about that today. This book is called The Magical Yet. And in this book, this little girl has a problem. This little girl has a problem with her bike. Riding bikes can be something really tricky to learn, and she's having a problem learning how to ride her bike. But then someone comes along and helps. That someone is called the Magical Yet. Let's see how the Magical Yet helps this little girl learn how to ride her bike, and other children learn how to do other things too. Here we go. This is the Magical Yet. Words by Angela DiTerlizzi and art by Lorena Alvarez. There are days when your dreams haven't come true. So the things you want to happen, they haven't happened. You're upset by the things you can't do. If you've lost or failed or cried just a little bit, you're tired of waiting and ready to quit. I bet you felt like this before. Maybe there was something you couldn't do. You might have felt like this little girl. Let's see what happens next. Like that shiny new bike you couldn't ride, and it didn't matter how hard you tried. You couldn't pedal, and you couldn't steer, and you couldn't get that bike into gear. Look at her here, she looks like she's about to fall. Then, when you thought you were on the right track, you popped a wheelie and fell on your back. So sometimes even when we're practicing, we have little setbacks. And now you won't ride. No way. Not ever. No riding for you. You'll walk forever. So she fell off her bike and now she's saying, I'm not going to ride again, ever. Look at all these people riding. Don't give up now. Here's a major game changer, a most amazing thought rearranger, someone to show you how good you can get. Something magic is happening. Now introducing the Magical Yet. With this Yet's magic, you can begin to see that you're going beyond where you've been. There are so many things that you've learned to do when you didn't know the Yet was with you. Like when you babbled before you could talk. Did you realize that you had to practice to get good at talking and speaking? Or how you crawled before you could walk. When you were a baby, you had to practice walking. And look at you now, talking and walking. I think this Yet is going to help this little girl go from not ever, I'm not going to ride ever, to not yet. Maybe she's just not good at it quite yet. Maybe she doesn't have the hang of it quite yet. Yet's a dreamer, a schemer, a hoper, a trier, a maker, a doer, a gotta fly higher. This Yet finds a way even when you don't. Look, the Yet's helping all of these kids to learn how to knit and to play instruments, to learn how to build, do art, design, and fly a kite. Yet knows you will when you think you won't. So sometimes when we're practicing, it feels like we're never going to get the hang of something. But this magical Yet always believes in us. We're going to be able to do it. We keep trying. Like that shiny new bike that you couldn't ride. Hop right back on with the Yet by your side. Yet doesn't mind warm-ups, fixes and flops, do-overs, redos, stumbles, and stops. So she's fixing up her bike. The Yet's right here cheering her on. Looks like she's having a little bit of trouble again, but the Yet doesn't mind. The Yet stays with her the whole time. Yet knows there's mistakes, some big and some small. With Yet, you're sure to get over them all. Like this little girl's learning how to play the clarinet, and her Yet's there cheering her on too. Yet knows that you're gonna make mistakes when you're practicing something. You're supposed to make mistakes when you practice something. Play the kazoo or play the bassoon. Jam with the Yet, and you'll soon be in tune. Try skateboarding tricks like the ollie heel flip. This Yet can get you to the championship. Tongue twisters twisted your tongue in a knot. Yet says, keep trying and practice a lot. It's the way to get good at something. Be patient with yourself. You can't do it all overnight. Some things take months, days, years, or years to get right. So look, this little girl's painting and, oh no, a big accident. Mistakes happen. She's gonna try again. The Yet right there, and look, eventually she gets it. But if you keep leaping, dreaming, wishing, waiting, learning, trying and missing, with the Yet as your guide along the way, you'll do all the things you can't do today. So it's okay to not be able to do everything. If you haven't tried something, of course you're not going to be good at it quite yet. This little boy, this dancer, has been practicing ever since they were a kid. And now look, as a grown-up, they look amazing. They were practicing for years and years. Some things take that long. Now you're bolder, braver, starting to see. With Yet, you can get where you want to be. Look at her now. Last time we saw her, she looked like this. This time, she looks like a superhero on the top of that hill. I can do this. That's what it looks like she's thinking. Now you're bolder, braver, starting to see with Yet you can get where you want to be. She's back on her bike. You finally did it! Yet knew you could. You're not just riding, but you're getting quite good. With practice, you can get so much better. But don't stop now. You've got so much to do. Good news is, this Yet grows with you. Look, just like the dancer. Now she's a grown-up too. So no matter how big or how old you might get, you'll never outgrow, you'll never forget. You can always believe in the magic of Yet. Even grown-ups need to remember their magical Yets. And you'll need to remember your magical Yet next year too, when you're bigger, stronger, and learning new, more challenging things. Don't forget that you have this little magical Yet in your imagination with you at all times. Don't forget that some things take a lot of practice to get good at. Don't give up. Remember that you're supposed to make mistakes along the way. Sometimes that will help you get better in the end. I hope you enjoyed this story, The Magical Yet, by Angela DiTerlizzi and Lorena Alvarez, and that you will remember that the magical Yet is with you too, just like all the kids in this book. when you go on to your class next year. Right, Rockets? I'll see you for our next story. Bye.